are going to show AIPAC the power of the motherfucking South Bronx.
Ain't nothing changed, nothing new here to see. This ain't nothing but some political maneuvering.
America.
Welcome to the eulogy, eat it up. It's called political buffoonery.
Hey there, everybody, and welcome to This Week in DUMBmocracy, where we showcase some of the dumbest newsmakers of the week. Tuesday is primary day here in the People's Republic of New York, and New York happens to be home to one of the most closely watched Democrat primaries in the nation between that perennial buffoon Jamaal Bowman and Westchester County Executive George Latimer in New York's 16th Congressional District. The reason why everyone's watching this race on the left is because it is the first test in an election of progressives' anti-Israel positions. And from the looks of things right now, Bowman is down and down big. Some polls have him down as much as 17% to Latimer, who has the support of pro-Israel forces and influence and money in the area. So what do you do when you're down 17 points and primary day is just around the corner? You hold a big-ass rally. But Jamaal Bowman apparently took it a step further, turning his rally into more of a WWE-styled rant and tirade that you gotta see to believe. We're going to show you what I'm talking about, but before we go there, please subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the shows, and if you like what you're seeing here in this or any other video on the channel, please smash that thumbs up button, like, comment, share the show with your friends, all that good stuff, because all that feeds the YouTube algorithm.
Feed me Seymour.
As always, thank you guys so much for all that you do to help grow the channel. I appreciate everything you do to help us out here. And for all you newbies out there, I hope this video earns your subscription as we talk about Jamaal Bowman's pep rally that really went off the rails and smacks of complete and total desperation. Over the weekend, Bowman was part of a rally featuring AOC and Bernie Sanders in the South Bronx trying to get out the vote for his race because he is severely down in the polls. And let's just say that Bowman went full mask off at this rally, letting his true feelings be felt. And let me just say, he might have gone a little too far.
We are in the South Bronx. This is the birthplace of hip-hop. I am the hip-hop congressman. I want to hear South Bronx chant right now. South Bronx, South Bronx, South Bronx, South Bronx, South Bronx, South Bronx.
People seem to like that place.
South Bronx.
Now, this is typical political rally stuff. You want to get the crowd going and all that. Part of politics is showmanship. But there's a tinge of anger to Jamaal Bowman's presentation here. And listen, I'm not going to be against anyone at a rally to get out to vote, speaking to their people, trying to get the support rallying and going, to get the energy up at the rally. Nothing wrong with that at all. But I can't help but feel there's an anger there as well.
We are going to show fucking AIPAC the power of the motherfucking South Bronx.
Nailed it.
Okay then, there's the anger that I was talking about. So for some backfill here, Bowman has been targeted by an organization, a political action committee called AIPAC, a pro-Israel lobby, because of his anti-Israel stance and his pro-Palestinian leanings. They have funded George Latimer very well. Now, the 16th Congressional District has a significant Jewish population, so it's not like they're attacking him for the sake of attacking him. They're certainly lobbying for Jewish citizens that believe in Israel and Israel's positions. This also happens to be the most heavily funded race in the nation. This is the most expensive primary in the history of our country. And a lot of that is AIPAC money going to George Latimer, who I'm sure is gratefully accepting it. Latimer is not just putting on the face of being a pro-Israel candidate. He certainly believes that. He's been in government in Westchester for decades. So he knows his constituency well. He knows there's a significant Jewish population. And he's naturally pro-Israel. Bowman doesn't like that because it seems as of right now, if you believe the poll numbers, that AIPAC and Latimer are beating the crap out of Bowman. And when you think about it, Jamaal, what are you mad about? This is part of the game. Raising money is part of politics. That's what you're supposed to do. Money and people is the name of the game in election politics. You're mad because you're getting out fundraised?
No one likes a whiner, Bobby.
People ask me why I got a foul mouth. What am I supposed to do? You coming after me. You coming after my family. You coming after my children. I'm not supposed to fight back. I'm not supposed to fight back. We're gonna show them who the fuck we are.
Watch your language, moron.
Wait a minute here. Hold on a second. Going after his family? No, they're going after the job you currently hold, the public position that you hold. No one's coming after you. They're coming after your record. They're coming after your job. It's not your family. You're not fighting for your life here. This is politics. And as they said in Godfather Part 2,
this is the business we've chosen.
You knew what you were getting into when you were getting into politics. It's not ballet, right? It's not for the faint of heart. You're in this to serve the people. At least that's what I hope you're in this for, instead of feathering your own nest and this is my life and this is my family and all that. It's a public position that other people are entitled to try to win from you. The reason why he's getting so big mad here is because he's losing. He's a hot mess that I talk about in my book, Schnooks, Crooks, Liars, and Scoundrels, a field guide to identifying political buffoons, available right now on Amazon, at Barnes & Noble, and other online bookstores. Bowman is trying to overuse actually, emotion to try to make his point. Anger can be a powerful tool in politics. As you see, the crowd is responding to it. He's hijacking the crowd's own emotions with his intense anger towards AIPAC and the people that are going up against him to try to unseat him from his own party. By the way, this is the way he's treating his own party. You know what I mean? The progressives and the moderates in his party are clashing right now. And the way he's going, you'd think he was going after Donald Trump himself, the devil incarnate. It's George Latimer. He's a rather middle-of-the-road Democrat. And he's going full-on mask off here against him. The reason why he's going so hard in this speech, this pep rally, this get out the vote rally, is to hijack the emotions of his own people to avoid reason. These rallies aren't about talking about issues. They're not talking about, what my policy positions are and what I stand for. This is preaching to the choir to get them to do what you want, and that is to go door to door to get out the vote. Bowman is using emotion, specifically anger, to hijack this crowd, get him into a lather, to go run through a brick wall for him by knocking on doors and trying to get people to vote for him. See? Now, this is a little bit much even from me. In fact, other Democrats in New York, like fellow Congressman Richie Torres, who also represents the South Bronx, had to say that Bowman's level of profanity is so shocking as to be unbecoming of a member of Congress. There is nothing in Jamaal Bowman's unhinged tirade that remotely resembles the decency of the people I know and represent in the South Bronx. So, even for some Democrats, this is way over the top.
We're gonna show them who the fuck we are!
And honestly, I'm with Richie Torres on this. Listen, you can use profanity for effect. You can certainly use emotion and hijacking anger for your benefit. These are all tools of the trade, right? But this is unhinged. This is getting to the point where it's too much. Jamaal Bowman, you might need a little bit of help here. You okay? I don't see this as being now part of a rally anymore. This is vendetta. This is personal. He's Maybe he is fighting for his life, or at least that's what he thinks in his buffoon-addled brain here.
Bowman! Bowman!
Like what you see so far? Go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. Also, leave us a comment and tell us what you're thinking. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another show.
AIPAC is scared to death. That is why they are spending record amounts of money in this race. Because they are afraid they have already lost. Because the district, the American people, and the world are with us.
I don't know about all that. It's good campaign rhetoric. It's a way to get the crowd, on your side, of course. But is that really true? Is the world really with Jamaal Bowman? Is the world really with the guy who pulled the fire alarm in Congress? And by the way, you can see that video in the upper right-hand corner of the screen as well. Do you really think that? Or do you think that Bowman is trying to create an us against them, a David and Goliath battle, even though he's the incumbent and should be the Goliath in this battle?
They are in this race because we call for a permanent ceasefire in Gaza. And we're going to keep calling for a permanent ceasefire.
And there it is right there. That's why AIPAC is in this race. Bowman is one of the many progressives that initially called for a ceasefire way back in October, before there was any response from Israel, and has been calling for a ceasefire even though there still remain hostages held by Hamas in Gaza. So, listen, I'm not here to debate Israeli-Hamas war stuff here. I'm here to show you the tactics that people use in politics to get people on their side, to rally them to their side. Clearly, these are Bowman's people. These are people showing up for a progressive rally featuring AOC and Bernie Sanders and others. So he's already preaching to the choir here. But there's certainly a minority within the current minority party of the House of Representatives. I don't think that he's correctly stating that the world is with him. But listen, that's just my opinion on this, and I'll let you guys say it in the topic of the day. What do you think about this point? Is the world behind Jamaal Bowman? Get into the comments and let me know.
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
He loves that stool. It's the prop of his choice now, I guess. I'm a little scared seeing a guy that angry just wielding a stool, pushing it up into the air like that. I'd be a little worried.
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! We are not going to stand silent while U.S. tax dollars kills babies and women and children. My opponent supports genocide. My opponent and AIPAC are the ones destroying our democracy.
Talk about hyperbole. Talk about trying to hijack a crowd. Talk about a hot mess buffoon. AIPAC and George Latimer are destroying democracy and therefore wiping out a civilization. That's the sort of rhetoric that a person who is down 17 points must resort to in order to rally his own base to get more people to come out to vote, to get his base to go out and expand his base.
The truth is, you smell desperate.
Read the room, Jamaal. Look at your district. Your district has a significant Jewish population. You are basically saying to that population, I don't represent you. I don't want to represent you. I want to represent interests against you. That's no way to win an election.
And it is on us. It is on all of us to save our democracy. And save our collective humanity. Because this race is about our collective humanity.
Oh, don't be so overdramatic.
Now, you guys remember when I mentioned that this was a progressive pep rally? I may have undersold it a little bit because, as you'll see, Jamaal Bowman is going to be talking a lot about collectivism here, very much socialist principles that he's going to be talking about at this rally.
This race is about our common humanity. It's about the beauty of our humanity. It's about the grace of our humanity. It's about the love of each other and the love of our humanity. That is what this is about. And so, we cannot let AIPAC or anyone else take our humanity. This is about our collective humanity fighting for our collective liberation. And on June 25th at 11 o'clock at night, once we win this race, inshallah, we will be liberated. We will be liberated.
Does Jamaal Bowman know he's the incumbent? What's this nonsense about liberation? You're already in government. You've been in government for 2 terms. Now you're fighting for liberation? What is this BS? It's not about collective humanity. Although, listen, I'm for humanity. I think everybody's for humanity. We're human, aren't we? But liberation, who are you liberating? What are you liberating? How are you liberating it? This is just an example of another one of those emotional hijacks, this war cry, this rallying cry for liberation. Who exactly in this crowd is not liberated? How are they not liberated? How are you going to liberate them?
The buffoonery is endless.
We will be liberated! Nothing can stop that.
It's a curious thing to watch, isn't it? To watch a crowd get hijacked by emotion without any substance behind it. This crowd is going nuts because they're going to be liberated from what? Nobody knows and probably nobody could say. And they're doing it at a rally for someone already in government. You would think that government would be the one oppressing them, and therefore Bowman would be part of that oppression. But no, he's going to liberate them by getting reelected instead of losing. It's not logical. It's a rally.
Nothing that AIPAC can do is going to stop our liberation. Nothing.
Okay, so this is getting a little bit bordering on anti-Semitism now, because it seems like that Jamaal Bowman is saying that the oppressor is AIPAC, and by extension, Israel. That's getting to be anti-Semitic here at this point.
It is dangerous and icky.
Rallies like this is why buffoons keep getting put back into office. These people think they're going to vote for liberation for something or other from the oppression of a political action committee that probably nobody ever heard of prior to last October. Yet, they're all ready to run through a brick wall for Jamaal Bowman here in trying to get reelected. It's detached from reality is what it is.
They have already lost. Shout out to my man Jabari from DSA in the building. Jabari in the building.
Now that's interesting. DSA, for those of you who don't know, are the Democratic Socialists of America. DSA has endorsed AOC and Jamaal Bowman and other New Yorkers. I think he's talking about Jabari Brisport, who is looking to be reelected to state senate from the People's Republic of New York City. So clearly, this is a rally endorsed by socialists. The language is all there. Collectivism, socialist, liberation. It's all there. This is the far left, the fringe left of the Democratic Party fighting for their life against the oppressive, moderate Democrat George Latimer?
Some kind of freaky Lou or something. Wackadoo.
Collective humanity towards collective liberation. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
All his people sound ready, but I don't think the majority of the district is going to be so ready to jump at Jamaal Bowman's clarion call here for support. I don't think he's got the votes. I don't think he's got the support. I think this smacks of desperation. His tone, his tenor, his anger seems to be his last resort here because his message has certainly not been getting out there. The airwaves have been flooded by different political committees, maybe with AIPAC money. I don't know. We'll see in the disclosures maybe if you want to look them up. But it seems to me that this is the throes of the Jamaal Bowman congressional campaign. These are the final death rattles before Tuesday's election. But hey, listen, that's just my opinion on all this. Let me know what you guys think about this. Is Jamaal Bowman going down like a sweet muffin? Or is he going to pull the upset and win re-election, or at least win this Democratic primary? Let's talk about it in the comments. And as always, like and share the video with your friends, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any other shows. I'll see you guys in those comments discussing this buffoon and any other shenanigans and buffoonery happening this week in DUMBmocracy.
All views and opinions expressed here are not necessarily of the mainstream media and may offend some listeners. It's called political buffoonery.